want to talk about what you learned last time?
I want to talk about what?
Do you want to talk about what you learned for Rise Biz 1.0?
Okay, so I learned a lot. I did learn. We already knew the importance. Put it into use, and then also the fact that you come doesn't mean that you should just show your face. So I wasn't just showing face or just being in attendance, but I was in attention, and I put it to work, and so far it's working good for me.
That's from Kenita. Anyway, without wasting too much of your time, for me, before I invite Mr. Bright, I learned that posting do the magic. Post every day, and you'll be surprised the amount of calls you'll be receiving, and obviously for inspection. So if you have done all of that, I can guarantee you that you would have gotten a step closer to your first sale, if not already made the first sale. Anyways, we're set for RiseBiz 2.0, and Mr. Bright Okereke is obviously ready for us. If you are not busy, can we unmute for maybe the next 20 seconds and just make a very, very loud noise as we welcome Mr. Bright Okereke. If you are at this point, if you are still muted, no money for you, trust me. So let's go. 1 to go.
Thank you very much. You guys scared me a little with this screaming. Good evening, everybody. Everybody in Nigeria, good evening. If you are abroad, good, whatever the time is there. Hey, how many of you, let's not lie for ourselves. How many of you can agree with me that? Hello, please mute your mic. Oh. How many of you can agree with me that Nigeria is hard? Like this period, Nigeria has been a little bit harder than usual. Just put an emoji, any emoji that can describe Nigeria right now. Oh, thumbs up. Okay, that shows it's hard. Thank you, thumbs down. Just put emoji to show how Nigeria is doing you right now. Some people are laughing, some people are crying, some people are thinking. Nigeria is something else this period. Now, I want to ask a question. If this year you bought a house and you bought a Range Rover this year, would Nigeria still be hard for you? Do you think it will still be hard? If it's going to still be hard, do thumbs. If it's going to be hard, do thumbs down. If it's not going to be hard, put thumbs up. If you have enough money to buy Range Rover and a house like duplex, let's say Lekki this year, will it still be hard for you? Oh, good. Because this training is not for us to just gather and talk real estate. Please, I am tired personally. I am tired of talking real estate. Every day, real estate, talk. Say. It's for you to have impact. Our major goal here is to create impact, to change life, to actually teach you how to create results. Recently, we had one of our salespeople. We'll be giving our award next month. Amina Victoria, mute your mic, please. So yes, we recently had one of our salespeople. She joined us. In fact, I asked her last week, how long have you been working with Flinks? She said 2.5 months. She's going to be receiving an award by the end of the week on Friday for our Friday physical events. What's the award for? Number 1, Rookie of the Month. She's to this month, but the month she made her first sale. She made her first sale this month. Then she received another award, may or may not. This one, she made her salesperson of the month. This month, she made her first sale and she sold 110 million from 2 sales. 110 million. If you do 5% of 110 million, how much would it be? That would be around 5 point something million. Let's say 5.5. 5.5 million in 1 month. Do you think Nigeria is hard for her? If you think Nigeria is hard for her, do thumbs down. If you think Nigeria is not hard for her, do thumbs up. Do you think Nigeria is hard for her like this? It can't be hard. If you are making 5.5 million a month, Nigeria will not be hard. Let me tell you something. Nigeria is very sweet when you have money. This country, everything is cheap. Nigeria is very, very sweet when you have money. But for you to make money, you have to know how to. One thing I should say in most of our training is that money has its own system and pattern. You know the way when you want to be a doctor, you go to school, you learn how to be a doctor. Once you come out, you can treat people. Why? Because you've treated so many people, you read the right books on how to treat people, you know how to treat people. The same thing, you want to be an engineer, you go to school, you learn engineering, they teach you how to do the engineering, so you know how to do it. And once you know how to do it, you know how to do it. You cannot wake up one morning now and they're like, "Ah, come and treat this person." Like, I've forgotten. Because you know the same thing with money. You can learn how to make money. That once you learn it, you have learned it. You are not scared. You know, a lot of people that are rich, they are scared that they will lose their wealth because they did not know how they got it in the first place. Once you learn how to I'm connecting back, please. Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
Yes, I
yes.
can hear you.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can hear you.
thank you very much. So yes, once you learn how to make money, you know how to make it. There is no going back. So what do we want to teach in this training? In these few classes we're going to be having now, we're going to teach you step by step on how to make money from selling. The best profession you can have in this life is knowing how to sell. Because when you know how to sell, there's no cap on how much you make. Salespeople, they are sought after everywhere. Because if you know how to sell, there is no cap. Like nobody can limit your earnings. If you want to earn 100 million a month, it's in your hands. If you want to earn 10 million a month, it's in your hands. This I checked. This year we sold close to 5 billion. If I sell 5 billion, how much will be my commission? 5 billion, let's do 5%. That will be 250 million naira in 1 year in commissions. 250 million naira in commissions. Next year, my goal is to sell 20 billion. When I sell 20 billion, commission will be how much? That will be around 1 billion naira in commission. In one single year, just commissions alone, 1 billion naira. So nobody can stop your earnings as a salesperson. Nobody can come and put a cap. That's why learning how to sell is the most profitable thing you can do. The most profitable job position for you is learning how to sell. Once you know how to sell, you are good to go. So we're going to be teaching you step by step how to sell. It's going to be a class every day. So we'll be meeting every day from now to Friday, except on Thursday. So 5 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then on Friday, we'll be meeting by 10 a.m. It will be a physical event. Everything is how to sell step by step, how to close. What do you say to a client when they bring up objection? We'll tell you exactly what to say. This is not just motivation. Yes, there will be motivation part because truth be told, sales is 90% a mindset. It is 90%. The 10% is skill. So we'll not only teach you the mindset part, we'll teach you the skill part. How do you handle your inspections? How do you get customers to be interested in your product? How do you run your ads? All those things will be covered step by step, so that by the time you are finishing this program, you'll be a full-fledged realtor, a full-fledged, well-knowledgeable realtor, and you start making money. And if you're a member of Rise Biz community, we also provide funding for you for your ads to make it easy for you, because we've noticed that it helps you sell faster. When you don't have money to run Instagram ads, Facebook ads, and all those other advertisements, it takes you a lot longer to sell. But once you know how to run all these ads and you have the money to run those ads, you sell faster. We've been doing this for the past, I think, 3-4 months. Every month we select people. Sometimes we select 5, 6. From next month, once we're doing 10 every month, 10 people will fund their ads to give them money to make sure that you sell. Because we as a group, we want you to change. We want your life to change. Not just come here, mark attendance. Even if it's just 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 10 people. But our goal is 100 people by next year. So by the end of next year, we'll have 100 people that are selling every month, active sellers from this group. But you have to work with us for you to be able to do that. When we teach you these things, you have to put it to work. You have to put hard work on top. It's not easy. See, there is nothing good that is easy. If you are coming here expecting that I'll give you one hack, I will say something that will just blow your mind, and all of a sudden you just go outside and you're just selling. Well, that's not going to happen. It's going to take time. You are going to put in the work. You are going to learn more outside these trainings. So when we do trainings like this, you will learn a lot, but you still need to keep learning. Go and read the recommended books. Go to more training programs. You have to just keep putting in work so that you will learn more and more and more and more and more. Before you know, you start making a lot of money. So we are going to start from the most important thing in sales. Because the first thing before you start talking to any customer, before you start running any ad, before you start doing any video, before you start doing anything with selling, you have to have the right mindset. You have to have the right mindset. What we call it the inner game of selling. How does your mind work? Because it's your mind that brings food on the table. Almost every religious text talk about it. In the Bible, it says, as a man thinketh, so he is. Please, guys, before we continue this change, can you guys go on the group and comment? Tell everybody that they are missing a lot in this class, so more people can join. Go to the group. Let's open up the group so that they can comment. Everybody, post on the group. Tell them that they should join the class now that they are missing a lot. Before we start entering, because we will not repeat this again. So comment on the group. Everybody go live and comment on the group. Just comment something, guys. Join the group. Join the training. I missed a lot. Somebody said she's not on the group. One of the executives should drop his or her number on the chat box here. So anybody that have not joined the group can message to join the group. So yes, inner game of selling. Now, when you are a salesperson, your mindset is everything. Because even when you learn how to sell, even when you know how to sell, you will consistently struggle with mindset. As I am now, once in a while, yes, I have to push myself up. Because most times it's not just about knowing what to say, what to do. You need the right mindset to give you the right energy so that you can communicate the right belief to the client. Because selling is transfer of emotions. So if you believe in a product, if you feel a certain way about the product, you are now transferring that belief to your client, which is what makes them buy. Because I've seen a lot of salespeople, you will say, I've been on 30 inspection, nobody buy, but it's because of your mindset. When they talk to you, they know what they feel. They know the kind of comfort they get or not get from talking to you. That's why they're not buying from you. The way you talk, the mindset you have is not allowing them to trust you enough to buy from you. A lot of time when I sit down with clients, they come with their different objection. I remember last week, I met with the client. There's something he said, that those talking to you alone and giving me peace of mind. It's not any particular thing I said. He said, just talking to you. Just the fact that I sat down here and we talked has given me a lot of peace of mind. Why? Because of my mindset. Because when you talk, you cannot hide your thoughts. Your mindset, you can't hide it. You cannot hide it. Once you start talking, whoever you are talking to already know the kind of mindset you have. Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You cannot speak outside your mindset. So it doesn't matter the script we give you, the knowledge we tell you. If your mindset is wrong, you would have issues selling to clients. So the first thing, one of the number one thing with your mindset that you need to fix today is your money concept. How much do you think you are worth? How much do you think you are worth? Who do you think you are? Money concept is one of the most interesting thing about psychology. If you think you are worth 100 million, you will make 100 million. There is one sales coach. He did a training, and he asked one question. He's from America. He asked everybody, all the sales people in the room, what are the chances that you will make $1 million this year? A lot of people were like, 5% chance. Some people were like 10% chance. Some people were like 0% chance. Everybody was giving percent. The highest was around 30%. That was the highest. 30% chance I'll make $1 million here. said, no problem. He said, what is the odds you make $1 million if there's an embargo that if you don't make $1 million, that it will kill all your family members, including your friends? All of a sudden, everybody's chance went up to 100%. What changed? Their mindset. When they decided that there is no other option but to make $1 million that year, all of a sudden it became very, very realistic. Everybody said 100% chance to make $1 million. So before you start doing anything, you need to fix your mindset on how much you consider yourself to be worth. So like me, I remember recently I was talking to somebody and I was just like, oh, I got this offer to do a deal that I rejected it. And the person asked me why. I'm like, it's a small deal. And the person was like, how much? I'm like, it's just 500 million though. That my profit inside might just be like 100, 150 million. I just looked at that as a small deal. And the person was shocked. Even me, I didn't even notice. It was like, there's no way you're calling 500 million a small deal. But to me, it is a small deal because that's not the kind of money I want to make. My plans are not around making 500. Imagine I want to sell 20 billion next year and I'm there doing 500 million naira deals. I can't do 20 billion. So I have to look for deals that are like 5 billion and up. And the guy was very surprised. Like, this guy says like, you're arrogant. It's not arrogant, so it's my money concept. It's how much I think I'm worth. So how much you think you are worth is going to determine every other thing you do. Every other thing you do from now till next year, next 2 years is going to be determined by your self-worth, how much you think you are worth. Now, how do you change how much you think you are worth? How do you change that? One of the most important way and the easiest way to do that is goal setting. How many of you have a goal currently? You have a goal written down as it is. Can you just raise your hand? I just want to see how many people have their goals written down as it is now. Just raise your hand. Let me see with their goals written down. Okay. I think I've seen a couple of hands. More hands are coming up. Okay, great. Goal setting is the best way to raise your money concept. You can go from 0 to 99 just by setting the right goals. Now, the first thing with goal setting, I'll teach you how to set goals because setting goals is a very delicate endeavor. Very delicate endeavor. So you have to do it properly. If you don't do it well, you will waste your time. If you don't set your goals well, you'll be wasting your time. But if you set your goals well, between now and next year, your life will completely change. Now, how do you set your goal? The number one thing is write it down. Your goal has to be written down. If your goal is just in your head, it's not a goal, it's a wish. You are just wishing. You wish you will make 100 million. You don't have a goal. You wish you will make 300 million. That's not a goal. First thing first, your goal has to be written down. Where did you write it? You have to write it and rewrite it. All right, it's raining. So your goal has to be written down. Now, another thing about your goal, if you are going to write it down, it has to be precise. Your goal cannot be fake. I will be rich is not a goal. How much is rich? One person writes, I will be rich one day. Another person writes, I will make $10 million by the December 31st, 2026. One person has a wish, the other person has a goal. Your goal has to be specific. Very, very specific, that anybody can check it. So if you say I'm going to make 30 million naira between now and December 30th, it's very specific goal with a timeline. So you can be checking it. Okay, inside the 30 million, how much have you made now? How much did you make last week? How much did you make next week? You can be tracking down your goal. So you have to write it down. It has to be specific. Another thing you have to do is you have to write it and rewrite it. What I usually recommend is write your goal every day. Every day, write your goal. If you write it today, write it tomorrow, next tomorrow, write it again. You should constantly write your goal every time, because why? It keeps it at top of mind. So you don't forget your goal. Every morning when you wake up in the morning, write down your goal. In the evening, when you're about to sleep, you write it down again. You can never forget it. And once you have your goal like that and you keep writing it, it will start pushing you. All of a sudden, you have difficulty sleeping at night. A lot of people ask, Mr. Bright, how do you get motivation? What motivates you? Your goals. Your goals is what motivates you. By the time you write your goal over and over and over again, you will realize that you cannot rest until that goal is accomplished. Your subconscious mind cannot sleep until you achieve that goal. Now, once you've written down your major goal, maybe your goal for the year, you now move to your quarterly goal. So you take that goal, okay, this year, let's say you're entering a new year. Yeah, even now, see, please, one important thing, don't start tomorrow, start today. If you want to be successful, you cannot wait till Monday. Can you hear me now? Is it a lot better? Because the rain was loud. Can you guys hear me? Please, I need confirmation. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Loud and clear.
You can hear it.
Great. So when it comes to goals, right? You've written it down. Don't wait for Monday to start writing down your goals. If you are the type that have to wait for Monday, or you are waiting for months to start a new month, you want to start afresh, you are not ready for success. You have to start today. So today you are writing down your goals. From now to the end of the year, write down your goals. From now, you might not do now to the end of the year. Maybe you want to do now to the end of next year. You start now. It's not until New Year you will now do New Year resolution. Those things don't work. You start today. Now, when you write down your goal for the year, next year you move to your quarterly goal, because you have to break down your goal. You break down that goal from yearly to quarterly. So what do you want to achieve this quarter? So if you do go from now to the end of next year, now you have to now write, what do you want to achieve now to the end of this year? You write it down. Okay, this is what I want to achieve. Then you now ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in the month of November? As we're entering November, what do you want to achieve? You write it down. This is what I want to achieve for November. Then you now ask yourself, this week that we just started, what do you want to achieve? You write down your to-do. Let me tell you something. I've been doing this for 7 years. The past 7 years, this is how I live my life. I put my yearly goal, my quarterly goal, my monthly goal, my weekly goal. This morning, I did not write my goal yesterday night. This morning when I woke up, that was first thing I did. I wrote down my goal for the week. These are all the things I want to achieve this week. Then I wrote down the to-do for the day. So now you have your weekly goal. You now have your to-do for that day. So what are you going to do to get you closer to your goal? If every day you work on your goal, every day you write down things to do, every day that pass, you get closer and closer to your goal. If today pass, you are closer. Next week pass, you are closer. Another week pass, because why? You put it down, you write it down. Like that, you get closer and closer and closer and closer. Before you know, you've achieved those goals. So you have to break it down to make sure that it's no longer a lofty thing to do. It is very, very specific. Now, you have to make sure your goals are big. Don't set small goals. Don't set goal that is not interesting. You know, you set goal of something that if you even get it, you'll be surviving. I remember I was at one training one time, and then we were asking people to set goals. They were setting goals. So like, I just want to be able to pay school fees. Please don't set that kind of goal. Don't dream bigger. Do you know with selling you can pay school fees abroad instead of just paying normal school fees? You will pay school fees abroad. You will pay school fees and first class flights on trips. Don't set small goals. There is this quote I like referencing. It's a poem from the book Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich is one of the books that I always recommend to people. If you want to change your life, read Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich is one book I refer to it as my Bible. I've read it almost 10 times. Almost every year, the past 7 years. Some years I read it twice. Some years I read it once. But every year I read Think and Grow Rich because it's that powerful. There was a poem from that book. He said, whatever you ask of life, life will give to you. But most people don't ask life for much. when they meet with life, they ask for small. And what will happen? Life will give you that small. But by the time you get the small, by next week, you're hungry again. So if you have the opportunity, which you do have, ask from life a lot. Don't ask for small. Don't ask for 10 million when you can ask for 100. Don't ask for 100 million when you can ask for 1 billion. Make sure that you calm down and ask for life for a lot. Ask life to give you a lot because you will get it. Let me tell you something. You will get it. A lot of you are looking at me talking plenty numbers. Me too. There was a time I was in classes like this, and I was very confused. If will I even make it? Will I be able to sell? My first sale took me almost 9 months to sell. Almost 9 months. And now we are training people. I think the fastest sale we did was like a week. The person joined us. Within a week, she sold 25 million. Within a week. Fastest sale we've experienced here. When me, I was learning how to sell, it took me 9 months. 9 months of up and down, reading books, trying different marketing strategy. But because I kept at it and I did not move from my goal, I got where I want to be. So when you write your goal, you follow through to monthly, weekly, and daily. Every day you are working on it. Every day you are doing something that gets you closer and closer and closer and closer to your goal. So today, before you leave this meeting, I want to, in fact, everybody, can you comment how much you want to make this year? How many of you you know what you want to make? Type it. If you want to make 50 million, type it. Let's see how much you want to make this year. Write down how much you want to make this year. You need to decide that. See, before this year ends, this is the amount I want to make. Between now and next year ending, this is the amount I want to make. Decide it. Write it down. Every day when you wake up in the morning, write it that this is the amount I want to make. In the evening, write it again. This is the amount I want to make. So when you go to bed, that's what you are thinking. 300 million. You see, this is what I want. 300 million in commission. Oh, I be 300 million total sale. It has to be commission, 300 million commission. So you have to sell billions to make it. And it's very, 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 very possible. Very, 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 very possible. 100. I like what I'm saying. 100 million, 50 million. Don't allow people make fun of you and your goal. Oh. They made fun of me. If I tell you stories there, hey, we will not leave this place. They made fun of me. Actually, they made mockery of me. When I came out, I said, I'll do this, I'll build, I'll become a billionaire. Everybody was just laughing. Some people were laughing behind my back. Some of them laughed in front of my face that, this bright, you think you are better than all of us. I am, oh. If you don't, I am, I will achieve my goal. If you cannot achieve your own, me, I will achieve my own. So you have to decide now that you will achieve your goals. Write it down, write it every day. See, once there's something that I usually do when I go through difficulty, I stay for one reason. I always imagine that this is where others will quit. For example, this training is a 5-day training, right? A lot of people will join in day 1. By day 5, we will not see them. What will make me attend day 5 is I'll be thinking that, okay, most people would have quit. This is why me, I will win. So when difficulties come my way, I'm always thinking that, normal person should quit here. But because me, I did not quit, that's why I will win. Because everything is a competition. You are competing. That's your client you want. Other people want him too. It's not only your ads they saw everybody's ads. So you have to understand that we are all dragging for the same customer. Imagine you are dragging for the same customer, me, I'm dragging for. I will beat you because I'm always there. Monday, Tuesday to Friday, I'm there. Saturday, I'm there. Sunday, I'm there. While you are sleeping, I'm still there. So you have to be able to push yourself beyond the normal boundary. Push yourself. Whenever you feel like quitting, you push yourself beyond it. One of the things that would also help you, we've covered money concept and how to improve your money concept with goal setting. One of the things that would also take you a very long way in setting up your mindset is mantras. Mantras, which is you write down statements that you say to yourself to affirm it. Words of affirmation. One of the best I like is 2 of my favorite mantras when I started selling. One was I like myself. I like that I like myself a lot because it makes you feel good. Then successful, if you want to be successful, you have to like yourself. And I just keep saying, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. Before you know, I actually started liking myself. A lot of times, if you are depressed here or you are going through small depression, you know, there's the main depression and there's just small depression. If you are going through that small or big depression, using I like myself as a mantra will help you a lot. Because most times when people are depressed, it's because either they've not forgiven themselves over what happened, or they feel like they are terrible people for one reason or the other. But reaffirming that you like yourself will make you feel good and put good feelings in you, that when you go and talk to customers, you are very excited because you have self-confidence. I like myself. And the next one is I'm the best salesperson. That time, whenever I'm going for inspection, I used to have 5 or 6 mantras. I just keep saying it. Because a lot of times your chest will be beaten as you're going for inspection, because you are going to meet somebody you've never met before. And you are supposed to convince this person to drop 50 million or 70 million. So I'll just be going through my mantra. I like myself. I'm the best salesperson in the world. I am this, I am that. I keep saying those mantras. Before you know, I actually believed it. Now I don't even need to say it. Me, I know. I'm good. I'm too good. I know that I'm too good. It's not even mouth. I am very, very good. Because I've sold enough to know that this selling thing is not my problem anymore. So you have to use those mantras to control your mindset. So that as you are going into your sales meeting, as you are planning your sales scripts, you are planning with the right mindset. You are not going there and you start shaking. Because if you are confident, if you feel like the best salesperson, by the time you meet customers, you don't even stress it. They will feel that energy from you. When you meet with them, they will see that, okay, this person is a professional. This person is one of the best salespeople I've ever spoken to. You don't need to start shouting or start doing too much, because you genuinely believe it. And if you genuinely believe it, it will reflect in your actions. So you use a lot of mantras to control your mind, because your mind, let your mind not betray you. Once you can put your mind on that check, you are a winner. That's where all the struggle in success is. Once you can control your mind, you'll be a very, very, very successful salesperson. Because there'll be a lot of rejections, a lot of things will happen to you. There'll be a lot of challenges, a lot. If you are here and you don't want problems, better go. This is not the profession of no problem. This is the profession of plenty problems. You will meet a lot of problems. And if you know how to control your mind, it won't get to you. It will not get to you. You will just keep pushing. You keep doing more, even inside problem. Some of you, you've started selling already. You jam 1 or 2 challenges. Keep pushing. Because if you know how to control your mind, it won't hold you back. You will keep pushing. You will keep selling, regardless of whatever challenges or problem that you are facing. You will keep pushing, keep moving. Because why? You have to be successful. There's no option. If you are here, you think you have option. You don't do. If you are poor, you will suffer. In case you did not hear me, if you are poor, you are going to suffer. You will suffer a lot. I used to tell the salespeople I work with, I used to say in our trainings a lot, that is it that you suffer now and then be rich for the rest of your life, or you collect payment plan on your suffering. And you know how payment plan work, guys. There is always interest. So is it that you want the 5 years payment plan for your suffering, or you want to collect 20 years payment plan on your suffering? Some people have collected mortgage for their suffering, mortgage. So you know that they are going to suffer for a very long time. Why? They refuse to do what they have to do today, and they are pushing it for tomorrow. So you gather your suffering and suffer it now. If you suffer it now, you'll be rich tomorrow. Once you are rich, see, once you have money, a lot of challenges, it's not bother you anymore. I remember when everybody was complaining, this one, fuel, this one, lights, that one. I would have loved the fuel to be cheaper. I would have loved the lights to be more stable. But you know, when you have money, you can't complain because you can afford it. So you do not have a choice. Being rich is not an option. It's not optional, especially in Nigeria. If you are not in Nigeria, you'll probably be able to enjoy life without being rich. In this country, you don't have a choice. So you better you do it now. Do it now. If you don't do it now, your future self will suffer. Do it now. Commit now. Commit today. Commit today. If there's anything you take from this class, is that you sit down and say that I will change my life today. I made this decision in 2017. I remember it was a very chaotic time in my life. When I sat down myself, I said, Bright, I need to commit to this thing. It was very devastating. I sat down and said, Bright, there's no more excuse, though. You don't have excuse. You must commit. It took me years to build myself, years and years, but I know that I had committed and I had committed. It didn't matter what was going to happen. I knew I was not going anywhere because I knew that this suffering. 2017, I suffered. I remember one of the peak suffering moments. I could not afford food. I used to eat raw rice. I would just boil rice like that and eat it. After eating raw rice for like 4 days in a row, I decided to try something new. Do you know, I decided that I had chocolates. I had chocolates then. For some reason, I had chocolates. So I was like, you know what? I will cook the rice and I'll put chocolate on top to give it flavor. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. It did not make sense at all. Chocolate and rice does not go well. Just in case anybody wants to try it, don't try it. Chocolate and rice is not a good combination. It was that bad. After going through all that, I decided that, see, this suffering, I will not do it again. And then I committed myself. Once I committed myself, nothing else could stop me again. Whether, if you like, let it be challenges from head to toe, I was not going to give up. You have to have that mindset. You have to commit and say, see, no matter what happened, I'm going to figure this thing out. Nothing is going to stop me. You have to make that commitment. If not, anything we do in this training, future training, classes, we'll give you 1 million in funding. Once you are not committed, once you've not made that decision that I am going to change my life, I am tired of this suffering. See, if you don't change it for yourself, change it for people in your family. Change. Commit for people in your family. I know some of you, you know what is going on at home. You know. Me, I don't know, but you know. You are the one that God has put in your hands to change your family story, but you are slowing down. You are wasting time. God is not going to show up and just change everything with snap of finger. That's not how it works. So if you are believing that, better stop. You are deceiving yourself. You will work. You will be the one to put in the work. God will give you the strength, but you will work. You will create value. Because money does not come from thin air. Money comes from value creation. So if you want to change the life of your family, start working now. Start today to start putting in the work. Start today to commit. If you are not committed, you are wasting your time. You are wasting our time. You are wasting your family people's time. Commit today. If you are not committed, just leave it. If you are committed, see, 2 years will pass. I remember when I started, I used to tell people, I'll be rich in 5 years. I'll be rich in 10 years. And they will look at me like, see this guy, 10 years is a long time now. Look at it, 7 years has passed. 7 years has passed. Time will pass regardless. So you better commit today so that your time will start counting. If it's that you need to hustle for 5 years to seek crazy money, at least if you start today, 5 years will start counting. You don't have a choice. What's the alternative? Poverty. What's the alternative? Poverty. You can stay there and complain about the government now till next year. Nothing will change. Complain all you want. Nothing will change. Nothing. There's nothing that will change. Another politician will come by 2028 and tell us a new story. We'll vote the wrong people again. See, this is when I knew that politicians will not change your life. Every country is complaining about their politician. There are only like maybe 1 or 2 countries that don't complain. If you meet Americans, they will tell you that America is the worst country in the world. This is the worst country in the world. That's what Americans will tell you. A lot of Americans, they feel like America is the worst, that there's no country worse than America. I mean, I'm watching it on my phone. I'm like, you don't know about it. You have not even seen anything. You are the only one that can change your life. You are the only one. Only you can change your life. So you have to commit today, that me, Bright Okereke, I will change my life from today. I will change my life from today. I'm tired of living this life. If you're not tired, continue. If something never tire you, please, by all means, continue. Because if you don't commit, nothing can change. From tomorrow's class, I'm going to be going step by step on how to sell, the sales process. I'm going to be teaching you how do you get clients, all the different channels and their tricks. How do you do inspection? How do you, the kind of questions you ask during inspection, the kind of how to answer objection, how to close. I will spend most of my time on closing because I've noticed that's where people have challenges. How do you ask for the money? Give me my money. How do you say it to client? I'm going to go to step by step by step. But you see all those things I've said, if you don't have the right mindset, it's waste. Because you will not be able to put in the work, you will not be able to put in the right energy, the right passion into it to get any results. There's no magic. I'll tell you now today, there is no magic. There is no magic. You can say luck, it might exist, it might not exist, but it's none of your business. You put in the work first. Let's see if it will find out. There is no magic, there is no trick, there is no shortcut. There is no shortcut. If you are here looking for shortcut, leave here. We don't get any shortcut to give you. We would help you make sure that you sell faster, but you will work. You will put in the work. You will have to go the extra mile. If you are the type that after this training, you just move on with your life, you won't see any results. You are not going to see any. If you are the type you don't take action, you will not see any results. You will continue from where you are. So you are the ones that will change your life, not me. I cannot take credit. We have more than 10 people that sell, that we've taught how to sell this year. More than 10 active that are selling consistently, making millions of naira. This year, we gave out 2 cars. Next year, we want to give out 10 cars to well-equipped realtors. But no, it's them. They know what they did. They put in the extra work. They put in the work, they committed, they shown themselves, they applied themselves into it to get the results. If you start today, maybe by January, your life will be different. We have people's life that have changed. I remember we had a couple that worked with us. Within our first 6-7 months, she won a car. Between our first 6-7 months, she won a car. From copper to owning a car in 7 months. She just finished serving last month. I cannot disclose how much she has made in commission this year. That could be you, but you have to commit. You have to put in the work. You have to go the extra mile. You have to go the extra mile. You have to be willing to do what it takes. There is no shortcut. If you are coming here looking for easy route, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be rewarding. See, it's going to be hard for a short period itself. Hard sales is only hard maybe your first 6 months, your first 1 year. After that, it gets easy. This year, I made more sales than I've ever sold before. In fact, I made more sales this year than I've sold all the previous year combined. And it was the easiest. This year, I still had time. I visited 6 countries this year. While selling more than I've ever sold, I still was able to visit 6 countries. I still enjoyed my life. I bought one of the cars that I really liked, a Range Rover, this same year. So how hard is it? The first year, on the other hand, it was hard, but it kept getting better and better and better. But you have to commit. So does anybody have any question? Our training, I'll make sure that we do it under 1 hour. I try to cover as many things as possible within 1 hour, so we can have time for questions, so that we have energy. The main thing is not what I say here, is what you do after the class. What you do after the class is more important than anything I will say. Me, I can only talk, I can only advise, I can only give you the right path to follow. It's in your hand to actually make it work. Does anybody have any question? Let's go through question so we can move to next class. So tomorrow we're going to be covering step-by-step process on how to sell, from getting inspection down to closing, to follow up, to referrals. If you have a question, just put your hands up. If you have a question, put your hands up so I can ask you and you answer any question. If you don't have a question, please do. I ask your question. Don't come and enter my DM. I should not lie. I will not answer you. Because people do that a lot. Once the class ends, they will now message me, Mr. Bright, I have this question. I see, please, I will not answer you. Okay, let me start from Believe. Believe, ask your question, please. Believe,
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for the session. Even though I came in a little bit late, but the few minutes I spent, I got some I got some things from it.
Yeah.
Quick one. I'm just a newbie as a realtor, a newbie realtor, and I've just less than about 3 months into it.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've been doing currently is just to gather as much knowledge as I can in the industry, because I'm just transitioning from a graphic designer into real estate. So I want
Okay.
to find out what advice will you give a newbie like me that is just
Yeah.
starting, that has
You
no
have
idea?
Instagram account. Have you opened Instagram account?
Yes, I have. I have my Instagram
Post
account.
every day. Post every day. That's the number one step. Post every day.
Okay.
So once you post every day, it will force you to give that your business attention. Once you post every day, people in your chat, your WhatsApp, your Instagram, they will know that you are serious about this business. You'll be able to get out all the information you need to get out. And when you eventually start running ads, right, it looks like you've been there for a long time because you
Okay.
have so many content. So you are a content creator now. That's your new job, content creation, because that's the only way people will see you to be able to ask any question about what you are doing. So every day you must post. Every day. Don't post flyers. You can post flyers, but make sure that as much as possible, most of your content are videos. You can talk about your personal life, talk about the properties. Not every time you just go and do video about the property. Talk about your personal life, talk about what it's like navigating as a new realtor, all those things. That's one. Second, have a niche. Don't sell everything. It's one of the rookie mistakes people do. They try to sell everything. It will not work for you.
Okay. Now, this is where I think you just brought out something salient now. This niche you're talking about. I have friends that are specialized in just finished properties, their own basic properties that they are selling, just houses, already completed houses. But me personally, I'm starting with landed properties like bell land, like estate lands and others.
Yeah.
So what advice will you give in terms of creating that niche? Can you just give an idea? Just example,
This is
maybe
one
like
way to find out what needs to go for, because everybody has. I when I talk about niche, I see it as a thing of destiny a little bit, because
okay,
it looks like, you know, when you are in the right place or in the right market, things just go well for you. Let me give an example for myself. When
okay,
I started out with hostels in Unilag. Just I was a student in Unilag. I started with what is in front of me. I was every student girl. I did that for like 2-3 years. After a while, I was like, okay, I can't make a lot of money doing this. I have to go and start a proper real estate business that covers well. So then I was very confused. First thing that came to my mind was Lekki. So when I went to Lekki, that was 2020. In 2020, I was in Lekki marketing Lekki properties for 9 months. I had an office in Lekki. We spent between 3 to 5 million on that, and I did not sell one single property. We were both doing rental and sales in Lekki. Did not sell, did not rent anything in Lekki. In that same period, I sold 3 properties on the mainland. Why? All I did was market Lekki properties. That year,
okay.
the only sales I made were 3 sales on the mainland. Then one day it hits me. Wait, I'm spending all my resources marketing Lekki, but at the end of the day, I'm selling mainland. I need to go back to the mainland. So I went back to the mainland, and the rest is history. We've built 16 houses since then, since 2021. So now we've built 16 houses. We've sold more than 10 billion since then. So you need to look at where you see results. So if you've already started and you've seen some results, look at where your results are in. If when you post land, you get a lot more reaction, you get a lot more people make inquiry, you can consider staying in land. If when you post finished houses, that's when you see a lot of interactions. You can try and start with 3, be posting the 3 and see, okay, where do people actually pay attention to? Which one actually looks like it's the one working for me? Then you go there and you double down on it.
So basically, let me just from your this thing now, you're broken. They are like the 3 segment now is rental, landed property.
No, don't do rental, please. I'll beg you, name of God. If you don't have, except you want to do rental as a side also, rental will waste your time.
No,
You
I'm
never
not.
make
I'm not.
money.
I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm just
Okay,
breaking from the examples you gave. But
okay.
basically, the two specific that will bring in more of the returns is finished property and maybe like landed property or stuff like that.
Yeah, so you can be doing both and then see the reaction you get. Once you get inquiry from there, you double that. That's one you now like double down on and put money on to see if you get results. So you follow what the market is telling you, not what you think is best or not what is also trending. Because what we usually do, we follow what is trending. But if you want to ask question, put your hands up so I'll call on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's quite.
BDR Realties. What's your question?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Well, first of all, I want to apologize. On the first day of this meeting, the section we had on with Mr. Paul on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to apologize. I wasn't available, and because of that, I don't even know. I've just gone through the group, though I've been busy. Wait, I'll talk to you. So though I've been busy, I've tried to go through the group, but I don't really understand. Well, I am a newbie realtor, and
Okay.
so I'm a newbie realtor. I just started 3 to 4 months
Okay. What's your question? Because we have a very limited time.
ago. I think next month will make me 4 months in the industry, and I actually started trying to build a brand, a real estate brand. And as a matter of fact, I want to start selling buildings, mostly luxurious buildings. That's
Okay.
just that. Yes, I know I've sold land, like I've sold to like 4 persons since I started, but I want
Okay.
to start selling buildings because something happened to me. Something happened to me 2 months ago. A client was referred to me from Europe. The man came down to Nigeria and he wants to buy property. He wanted a land of 25 million, and I could not get it because I was selling low ticket lands, like products. Like I was selling lands of 2 million, 3 million. I think the maximum was 3.1. So I couldn't sell to that man.
So what's your
So
question, please, so that I can answer it?
okay. Okay, my question now is, what is flame? Is it flames rates
Yeah.
into? Do you sell what are you selling? Is it land? Is it buildings? Now, if it's buildings, because I want to start selling buildings, do you have any in Port Harcourt? Because I'm in Port Harcourt right now, and that is what I want to sell. I want to sell buildings, like luxurious buildings, especially in Port Harcourt where I am.
Okay, no
So
problem. So
that's
I'm going to run through what we do, a short version, but I think Wednesday would have a very detailed conversation around products, how to sell them. So we mostly sell buildings. We sell apartment buildings, mostly for investment. So what we do is we sell the apartment and then we help the clients manage. So they make rental income from it. So last year, one of the buildings we sold a studio apartment for 15 million, between 30 to 15 million for clients. Today, as at now, that same studio apartment is worth around 30 million. And then the client, they make around 3.6 million yearly from the same apartment. So we manage the whole process so that they make the most out of the apartments they buy from us. So that's
oh,
so we'll post some of the flyers and everything on the group so that you can see it. I wanted to call him and he's not just down. Okay, let me call somebody else. I'm Emilia Ngozi. Can you ask your question, please? Please try and make it short so we answer it quick and ask for other
another
people.
question is the commission structure. Now you've not talked about
Somebody
the
else.
commission
No
structure for
problem.
the buildings. You've not talked about it.
I'll post it on the group. Let
Okay.
somebody else ask. I'll post it on the group. Yeah. Thank you. Emilia.
Thank you, Mr. Bryce, and thank you for the class. I want to know if how do you handle a client that is scared? Let me use that word, scared of maybe buying a land that has issues.
The land has issues. Why are you selling the
Yes,
land that has
maybe
issues?
buying from the client actually bought from a person, and then after some certain time, when you wanted to develop the area, he was told that that's not the property, that he bought from a wrong person. And now he's having that fear that he doesn't want to endeavor into buying from another real estate company because of that same issue. That's what happened to him before might repeat itself.
So what you need to do is now educate the client on how to do due diligence. So if there's a land title, because I wanted with land, I think one of my friends wanted to buy. That's when I realized that a lot of lands, they don't actually have title documents. What they sell is survey, and they use survey and layouts, the land layouts to sell the land. So if the client know how to do due diligence, or you know how to do due diligence, if you help them do the due diligence properly. So due diligence is you send a surveyor to check the land to make sure that what is the title document is actually what is the land. Then you confirm that they actually have a legitimate title document. Once you have all those things in place and the transfer to you is complete, you probably don't have issues with the land. But most times those due diligence are not properly done. So if you can explain it to the property, and then if you also have done the due diligence yourself, checked every single document to make sure that everything is tight, you communicate that to the client. And then if the client still is insistent, there's nothing you can do about it. Just explain that, sir, you will not be missing out in every opportunity because you have one bad one. Yeah, because of one bad experience, you cannot consistently miss out. Is that you will never invest in real estate again? Almost everybody, their first deal was a bad deal. My first investment in real estate was terrible. I lost money on it. But if I had let it get to me, I will not be here today. So you can also say that to the client that, see, you would go through bad deals, but you can't let to stop you. Then you are going next. After that, I'm in night Bitoye. Then after that, Abdul Salam. So, and look, let's look at me. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, so it's not me. Okay, so it's not me. Okay, let's ask somebody. Amina Bitoye, please, what's your question? Am I the one that is disconnected? I'm connected. You guys can hear me, no problem. Okay, Amina is gone too. Gift, what's your question? Oh, no, sorry, Golden Wealth. What's your question? Golden Wealth. What's your question, please?
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, please. I just joined real estate about 4 months ago,
Okay.
and I don't use an Instagram. I only have TikTok, Facebook, and on WhatsApp.
Okay.
I used to be a banker, so I have a lot of contacts on my WhatsApp, rich people. So, and my question is, let me say I have someone that wants to buy a land. The person was asking, because I do post land and houses, that which one do you do? Is it land you sell or houses or properties? So he wants to be sure. So I want to ask, is there any difference between selling houses and lands or something like that? Please, you understand my
Yeah,
question?
there's the difference is not much, right? It's just little bit different.
Okay.
But the thing is, what the client wants to do, because every client wants to work with professionals, right? And usually people who sell houses don't sell lands, usually, because that's their niche. You know how to do house, you are very good at housing. So you need to have your own niche too. So if you're a land person, now it doesn't mean you can't do both. I've seen a lot of people do both, and they do it quite well. It all depends on you. So usually what I recommend and what most people do is work with like 3-4 developers, and you understand those few products you have very, very well. Understand, see, one thing people think is that if I don't sell everything, I will lose customers. But the thing is, you would sell everything yet and not get a lot of customers. For instance, in most of the sales people I work with, they sell just Flinks products. As currently, Flinks only has 2 projects we are selling, just 2. Yet somebody sold 110 million this month from just those 2 projects. While somebody else is there trying to sell everything and the person is not selling anything this month. So just 2 projects, I think my sale for this month is over 300 million from just those 2 projects. Why is that? Those 2 projects I sell, I know it's to the depths. I know how to sell it, because that's why having a niche helps a lot, because you'll be so good at it that you will attract people that want those particular things, and you will know how to sell it properly. So if there's no question you want to ask about those 2 projects that you will not be able to answer to the T. When you are now spreading doing a lot, it makes you less efficient on each project. So what the client just wants to know is, which one are you doing? So it's a question you should answer yourself. Which one? There's no much difference. A client, someone that can sell land can as well sell houses. But when you have your niche, you'll be really, 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 really good at your niche. That way you are a professional in that particular field, that particular area. And clients would prefer to work with you over someone who is a generalist who sells or everything real estate. So it depends on you.
It's okay. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Gifts. What's your question?
The opportunity, sir. You
Thank
said
you.
something about due diligence. I was on Instagram, then I came across a video of a lawyer saying the title of a property doesn't really matter, but the content of the title of the property. How true is this?
What do you mean content? What do you mean by content?
Like the content in the title of the property, like the C of O. The name C of O doesn't really matter, but what is in the C of O?
I understand what he means by that. Yeah. So what he means is that when you have your title document, right, you read through it. Like usually you do search to see the history on that title. So it's not just enough that somebody have the title. You can have a title and there's a loan on it. So I can have a title document and I've collected loan on that property. So it's not just about the title. You have to do a search on it to see, okay, is there a loan? Is there a dispute on the property? The person signing to you, is it the person's name that is on the title? So for instance, now there's a C of O. On the C of O, the name is Bright Okereke, but the person selling is now gifts. So you have to ask a gift. What's the relationship between you and this land? So it's not just enough that you have a title. The history behind that title is also important. So I'm guessing that's what he's referring to. So when you have a title document, you have to do a search on it to see, okay, what is going on this land title. The land title document is just to give you a platform to be able to find more information on the land or the property. So that's probably what the lawyer is referring. So once you have the title document, you do further research on it, find out what's going on there. Then you'll be able to know, okay, is this a good? I remember somebody gave me title document. One of my clients wanted to buy. Then when they gave me a title, I did search, and I found out that the person I want to sell to me has not yet perfected. And then I called them and I'm like, see, you've not perfected your title. And they started arguing with me that my lawyer does not know what he's doing, this, that. We had a whole back and forth. And for me, one of the things that I do when I do business with people is leave title, leave all those things. I want to see, are you an honest person? Like when you are not honest from beginning of the transaction, I don't deal. Once I notice that this person is dishonest. So eventually, after much back and forth, and like 2 weeks, they finally came clean and said, oh, you are right, we've not yet perfected. And that was it for me. I did not do that deal with them because I'm like, see, if you had come from the beginning and say, this is where I am with my documentation, I would have known. Because even if the person has not yet perfected, what will just happen? We'll say, okay, you know what, we'll help you perfect, but you will pay for it. Instead of selling at 30 million, we'll buy at 25. Or instead of selling at 150, we will buy at 130. It's business, right? So It's not just having it. You have to do search and check further details on the document. Does that answer your question?
Something about being dishonest. As a client, let's assume you are my client, and I tell you that, oh, I'm in Lagos, and you asked to meet up with me. I couldn't show up. Would you sense me as being dishonest?
It depends. It depends on the details. Like, one thing with dishonesty is more of a vibe than what you say. There are many times that I've spoken to clients and I gave them wrong information or whatnot. Is you yourself have to have that determination that you will not be dishonest. So, for instance, you are talking to the client brings it up and say, okay, are you around yourself? And I know I'm not in Lagos. You don't have to lie. Like, you do not have to lie. It does not mean also that you have to now go up front to tell them. So you don't have to now say, from the one that I'm not in Lagos, so you cannot see me. No. You say, see, I'm maybe towards a certain. One thing I notice is if you can tell the client whatever you think will be a challenge, if you can tell them up front, it helps. Instead of client to bring it up, you bring it up that, oh, you need to come Monday. But Monday, I have a colleague that will attend to you. She's really good. You're going to like her. This, that. Me, I'm not in Lagos. I went to Port Harcourt. I won't be back in Lagos till 2 months' time or 3 months' time or 1 month time. You can just communicate that as early as you can, but not too early. You have to know, because you need the person to have shown interest to a certain extent before you start bringing up things like that. So just generally decide not to be dishonest and don't. I think it will be easy to do. Please, just one more person. I think Abdul Majid, and just that last question, and we'll be done for today. Abdul Majid Adigun, what's your question?
Okay, Mr. Bright, a very good evening.
Good evening.
I wish to first and foremost appreciate this opportunity. I was on call when you brought on board Mr. Paul. Full, and we learned a lot. I think I must confess, I've gained a lot again today with your humble self. So I wish to appreciate I wish to appreciate you for creating this platform for. So now, my challenge is that I'm a newbie. In fact, I am barely a week old in this.
Yeah.
Your class is the first to expose me to this. So how can I build a brand and perhaps attract clients to make my first sales?
To make your first, so we're going to actually talk about this tomorrow. So because if you attended the Portfolio one on Saturday, today's class is very similar to that. It's because there are a lot of people that did not attend that one, but are still doing introductory class for them too. So from tomorrow, we will start with how to market to get clients, very detailed. We're going to cover different platforms, different things you can do. Then we'll now go to getting inspections to get clients to come for inspection. Then we'll move to the questions you ask the clients, to how you do your inspection, to how you answer objections from clients. Then we'll also go to closing. What do you say? So we're going to do everything tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be the class for that. We'll go through everything step by step by step by step. So by the end of tomorrow class, you have clear sense on how to make your first sale.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Bright.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for today. So tomorrow we'll be uploading this class to our YouTube channel so that you can watch it again and again and again as many times as you need to. Tomorrow is going to be a bigger and more explosive class, detailed step by step on how to sell. We call it the sales process. So I'm going to teach you the entire sales process. How do you answer objections? If clients say this house is too small, what do you say? If clients say this land is too far, what do you say? How to answer every objection the client brings up, how to get your customers to be interested. I'm going to cover different marketing strategies that you can implement, whether new B, whether old B, whether middle B, anyone you are, you can start tomorrow to start selling and make sales. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow. Please, when you get to the group, comment. You have different. If you have any review, everybody drop a review on how today's class was. So
please, what time tomorrow, please?
5 p.m. 5 p.m. Same time. 5 p.m.
With same
Same
link.
Yes, same link.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if there's going to be a new link, we'll send it to the group. So,
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So 5 p.m. tomorrow, drop your review in the group. Let them know.
I'm sorry. I'm just cutting in. Actually, I didn't get to be in any group. I just saw this on
check this
Stephanie's
message. We
status.
drop the link.
Okay. Thank you.
On this group, check the messages here. There's a link
Okay.
for the group. So you can join. So you're not join the group. Check the messages on this chat.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bright. Okay.
Drop a